Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Hey, I'm finally in my room, so hopefully I can like stream in different time or stream much more often. But today we'll just be doing some or making some fan art and making a manga while at it. And it has been a while since I've made a manga. So hopefully I'm not too shabby or rusty when it comes to doing the process. Hello everyone. SG Wells, welcome. Akromato, welcome. Bashu, welcome. I mean, there's like tools here on Clip Studio Paint that is like, meant to like use for creating comics, or creating manga. But I still have no idea how to use them because I never use them. My first time in your stream. Yo, welcome. I'm glad that you can join. I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna use this like certain tools for like creating manga because I still get confused. Especially when it comes to like organizing the layers. That's where it gets messy. But first off, I'll just make the rough sketch of it. Maybe I can try to do the line art later, but I'm not sure if I could be able to like do that. Because my energy, my energy lately has been like going up and down. And I can't tell if it's like because of my caffeine addiction or something. But most of the time I'm just being like super tired. Or I only like have a certain time where I'm like really active and have energy, really energized to do something. But once like somewhere around 3 o'clock here, I am suddenly like out of it. Like I just cannot bring myself to do anything else. But enough for now. Let's just draw. Actually, let me see a reference. Like I should be using Pinterest a lot more often. Because there's actually no point to me to like there's no point to me to gatekeep myself from like using reference. let me search up doorbell because the character is like entering the store. I am very confused in that description. Is it this one? I mean, this is only like a rough draft of it first. There would be some changes, probably, later down the road. Actually, let's just fucking draw this door opening. I may try to add. I can add like another panel up here and make this one smaller. Or I can just put cafe here. So I don't have to do that. Usually, rough drafts of like a manga is much more rough looking compared to what I'm doing. Because they only need the general idea and kind of like the layout of how the manga page would look. I see that you have a lot of mastery in perspective. Do you have any tips for not getting discouraged when studying? Uh, First of all, accept that the fact that most of the shit you'll probably produce will not satisfy you. Because, of course, when it comes to beginners, they're always complaining like, nothing is looking right, nothing is working out. I mean, it's natural. It's natural for you to like be confused and not be sure on what you're doing. That's why you're learning it. Especially when it comes to perspective. Perspective is really tricky because it really, really requires you to like be in track of like the perspective guides or whatever. It really forces you to be attentive in all that shit and to be consistent, which is another annoying part when it comes to perspective. But that's just how it goes. And then all you need to do is just power through and keep going. Because if you don't, you're probably gonna be hard stuck. Just keep doing and doing it. And also just do not be scared of like trying things out. And if it doesn't work, then try another one. That's just how it goes. I need to draw the character right here now. I may shrink this down for a bit. Unless it's looking a bit too big right now. Kind of like a half body shot. I think this is one of the reasons, like, I low-key don't want to make manga or any sort of kind of a comic. It's because you also need to be somewhat good, at least good, when it comes to storytelling. But that's just probably me having some sort of perfectionism. Which might be the reason why I'm very discouraged to like do this sort of stuff. I mean, I do make them, but not as a main thing. It's more like one of the few rare instances that I get to do. What does it mean by orange face? Oh, that's like a character. Forgot who it was. It was I followed them on Instagram, but I keep forgetting because I'm such a piece of shit when it comes to remembering names. It's an OC by someone. Let me check. Let me actually search it out. I'm grabbing my phone right now. It's by Stephen Guillen. You can see them on Instagram. And I think they have their OC as like their profile picture. I'm kind of building MILF like a fucking truck here. Another thing to not be discouraged when like trying to study something is to like know its worth. Because of course trying to learn anatomy, perspective, and all of those fundamentals and all that shit, it seems daunting at first, right? It's really discouraging at first. But I'm so glad that I get through with it. Because it's worth it. It's really worth. The OC is literally named Orange Face? I actually do not know. Actually don't remember. And I don't think they told me the name of it. But this is actually another collab with my pals at Dev Division. I'm actually not sure if I should keep this at like a single file. Actually, let me just take it on like a single file. I actually understand like why other people or like why other artists are like kind of gets discouraged to like, and even questions like what's the point of trying it if you're not even gonna use it, right? Like for me, for example, is like I don't draw backgrounds, right? Nor do I incorporate it to my illustrations or to my whole shebang. But either way, I still try to like learn some aspects from it, despite not being good at it. It's one of those things that you're able to do it, but not very good at it, kind of thing. And I just do not enjoy drawing backgrounds, anyways, so that's why. You kind of also have to put the factor like, are you enjoying this? You kind of have to like put that in as a factor, but not all the time, I think. Especially when learning like something that would really benefit you. I've seen the Def Division a couple of times. Are they some sort of webcomic group or something? They're basically a team, and they're making a manga based from Australia. But yeah, they have been also like commissioning a bunch of artists also. Actually, not sure what kind of outfit she's wearing. Well, that's page 1. I'll I'll clean up the sketch. It's not line art, but I'll try to clean up the sketch later. For now, I just want to like put the panels in. Oh, it kind of looks repetitive if I do this again. But it's worth. How long have you been drawing for so? Since I was a kid, really. If we're gonna count that, that is. I mean, yeah, since I was like a kid. By the time I get to learn how to like hold the pen, it's not like I started drawing immediately. It's more me asking my relatives or whoever was like babysitting me to like draw something for me, and I was like super interested on the fact that I get to draw whatever the fuck I see. And I was like, that's a cool skill to have, so I just do it. That's basically it. Even if it was just a bunch of stickmen or stick figures. I was asking them to draw those for me. I was just so fascinated by it to the point that I stick to it. And that's most of what I can recall for like from my childhood, I guess. It's a lot more me just drawing and shit. And just playing around. Oh, is that the white-haired girl that kills a couple of shonen main characters? Yes. That's the one. I guess the time when I actually get into like taking drawings a tad bit more serious, I guess. Like actually learning anatomy, actually learning how to draw stuff is probably around high school or maybe late elementary school where I'm like 6th grade or something. 6th or 5th grade. Space Commander, welcome. Welcome. How are you? I am now in my room. I finally moved up. I was finally able to move my desk into my room. Now I can like talk as much loudly as I can. Probably not scream too much, but hey. I finally got my laptop connected to like an Ethernet, through Ethernet. I mean, my Wi-Fi is still shit, but at least my laptop has internet right now. And that's all I care about. Do you decorate your own room with your own art? Nope. No, I do not. Here's the thing. For some reason, there's only like a few of my artworks that I actually find pleasing to look at. Most of them, a vast majority actually, is like something I just do not like at all. I don't hate it that much, but at the same time, I don't like it. Nor do I like seeing it. And my printer is kind of dead. It doesn't have colored ink. It only has black ink. So I couldn't really print out my drawings. It would be nice, but I don't have the sources for it. Like, I think I would much rather buy other people's artworks, like posters and shit. But at the same time, it just gets so dusty here on our place. And again, it's like filled with bugs and shit. Decorating the room is kind of like, is it even worth it? Oh, I hope my commission is one of the drawings that you like. Don't like to look at. Nah, I actually like that one. Print out some completely black sheets of paper and sell them for like $30. Oh, I coughed. But yeah, I don't decorate my room. It's probably, I don't know, probably me being trying to be like a minimalist. Or I just do not like having so much stuff. I mean, I still have a lot of stuff. But at the same time, I'm trying to reduce them, so. And again, most of my artworks, I kind of don't like looking at them for some reason. It's a hit or miss, basically. And there's a few that I like, there's a lot that I don't. And probably the posters that I'll probably buy is completely different from the artworks that I usually produce. That's why. Okay, I'm just trying to find some references for the character because I just fucking realized I don't have any. Minimalist buddies, let's go. Did you catch whatever your mom's had? Oh no. That cuff was vicious. Nah, I just choked. And my mom isn't coughing or whatever. I think she just had a flu or something. She wasn't coughing or anything. She's starting to stream early enough for me to catch. I'll probably stream again later tonight, hopefully. Because I want to try it out to, stream in different times. Don't give us COVID through the stream. I'm vaccinated. Hello. I'm not a boomer, so. I mean, the people here are so fucking boomerish and exudes Karen energy. Like, they just do not want to get vaccinated for some reason. Like, why? Like, you're not gonna lose any of this shit. Just get vaccinated. Holy fuck. I mean, people here are kind of shaky because back then there was like a controversy about a vaccine that is basically a vaccine for like dengue fever. The shit you get from mosquitoes, basically. And a lot, for some reason, are like dying from it, or there's like a few handful enough of numbers in cases of like people are not taking it. Very good. My room is empty except for my bed, my desk, to hold my laptop, and drawing tablet in a cup. Yeah. I mean, my desk is a mess, but in all honesty, this is like as minimum as it gets for me. Wait, what country? I live in the Philippines. I also live in a province, so everyone here is like fucking old and shit. And yes, I do live in a boomer village. I live in in front of a fucking river, so in the US, old people are so stupid about the vaccine. Yeah, it's usually the old people, or people that basically barely graduates from like high school. I hopefully do some justice to drawing this OC. Like, there's a part of me like gets so shaky and nervous of like drawing other people's OC for some reason. It's kind of like drawing their child or something. I'm hearing about people wanting to quarantine for monkeypox because they don't want to fuck up their appearance. I mean, hey, that's better than fucking uh, traveling around with the fucking virus. Because I think I saw on Twitter, like, there was this dude, I think it was from Spain or something. Dude literally has the monkeypox. Monkeypox. What the fuck is that pronunciation? And then he's like in a fucking train in public where there's like a fuck ton of people. And he's like, it's not monkeypox. Only gay people have it. I'm like, bro, how can you be stupid and homophobic? Holy shit. So yeah, stupid people exist. I mean, yeah, people are much more concerned about themselves and their pride most of the time. I mean, back then we had COVID, like dead ass, and I think it's because of our uncle. He got infected, and he had to go like the infirmary for that because he was just getting too weak and couldn't eat anything, so he had to like get some medical attention for it. But he didn't need anything that serious, like oxygen tanks or surgeries or whatever. Actually, did not need new surgery. It's more like what do they call it? I think it was a machine or something. But yeah, it wasn't anything that fatal, which is a good thing. We just dead as had a kind of like a flu, and then after like a few days or weeks, we were back to normal. Except for our taste buds. Yeah, we just cannot taste anything. When my family got vaccinated, they got sick for a few days and were surprised that I didn't feel a thing after the third dose. I hope that doesn't mean that the vaccine didn't work. It's like a different scenario every time. It really depends on the person. Like, I remember the time my mom got vaccinated and she kept complaining that her arm feels heavy where she got like you know, got injected. I'm like, no shit, you got injected. Of course your body is gonna feel like it's violated or something. Mine was heavy too, but after like a few days, it wasn't a big deal to me because I was just getting so distracted anyways. So I didn't feel anything. And I wasn't doing that much at all anyways. And it's like it got injected on my left arm and I never used like it's my left arm. What the fuck am I gonna use my non-dominant hand for? I mean, I do use it, but not all the time. Wait, did I miss the manga? What the manga is about? Nah. I don't think I told you guys what would be like the story progressing here. But the description is basically here, as you can see. And that's like my outline. Man, drawing a character in like a normal perspective is so fucking weird. I always draw characters in crazy shit poses to the point that it feels weird drawing them in like normal ass poses, like fucking sitting. Anyways, I'm gonna try to like correct the proportions because I feel like the proportions are like all over the place. Some feels too big, some feels too small, and all that stuff. Right, supremacy. Will perfectly explain. Say no more. No need for your descriptions. Okay, I need to move this head because something feels off to how this position. But yeah, I actually do not know when I can like try to take a booster. Because my mom is like uh me and my mom feels like that's irrelevant for some reason. I mean it's probably better off to have a booster, but after like my mom seeing uh my aunt, her sister-in-law, get like super fucking sick after getting the booster, she got so paranoid. I don't think she has any plans to take it anymore. While I'm here like wanting to collect this fucking vaccines like a fucking Pokemon. Because I know one fucking flick on me would kill me. I'm that weak. I really hope you post this. I have a feeling it's going to be great. I'm actually not sure if I'm gonna post this stuff. Probably share it, of course. Because I usually don't want to, like, put stuff to my Instagram page with a lot of clutter. Like, even now, I kind of want to, like, archive my old shit. My old posts, basically. So I can have, like, a clear focus to what my style looks like right now. I don't know why, it's just a weird thing I have, I guess. I can probably download Spotify right now into my laptop. I couldn't. Man, I'm so fucking. I never want to like download Spotify on like on my phone or mobile or whatever, because the ads are so cancer. And I can't even choose the very song I want to play. Man, this arm is confusing me. I might come back to it later. Need to look at my reference. Perfect. I need to like find the hairstyle. Couldn't find it. Started watching Spy X Family and I liked it so far. It's very interesting how everyone has a secret, but only Anya knows. Yeah, I dropped that shit. I couldn't. I don't know why. I guess I just didn't like. Or it's just probably me just itching to just read the manga instead. I just always have this tendency to like speedrun the story and shit. Oh, I think their name is Rage. No, see. This character right here. But who knows? Might be wrong. I guess I just do not like recent animes as much for some reason. I think it's something about the looks maybe that I just cannot get into. He should be facing forward. That is Dream SMP. I mean, everyone would look like Dream if it's like everyone's using this poker face. Oh god, I should stop nail biting. I actually do not remember her scars anymore. just put this lower. And now for the next page. Or I may try to refine this. I just need so hard. Oh yeah, you just had your wisdom teeth removed. I wonder if you guys can hear like the fan. Cause this fan that I have is so fucking loud. But I got no choice. Cause it really gets hot up here upstairs. I keep telling my mom to like add some sort of insulation at least to this fucking route. But nobody fucking knows what insulating is. Like, bro, I'm like, I have a fuck ton of relatives that are like carpenters and construction workers, but they don't fucking know what insulating is. That's how bad it is here on where I'm living. This torso is kind of big. Might adjust some. Kim complains about people not knowing insulating. It basically is some sort of material like foam, styrofoams, or whatever. It basically absorbs heat. So in that way, the room wouldn't get too hot because the insulation or the insulators are like blocking that fucking heat. I think you get those for like cars or whatever. think think that's like common place to see where those stuff are. I probably also drew this like man, I wonder what was the reason or what was the cause of like my streams dead ass resetting yesterday. Because now I ended up with like 3 videos for the stream yesterday. I wonder if it's because I was animating something. Cause there's like playback settings here. So I wonder if that can cause it. And it's been so long since I've animated on stream, I couldn't remember. Oh, what's it like back then? Oh, that's a tangent right there. I must have been asleep when this was happening. I remember I woke up like 3 a.m., said hey, and went right back into sleep. The commitment. The dedication. I wonder if I'll be able to stream tonight. Maybe after dinner. So that would be around like 8 p.m. Like 8 p.m. here. But it'll be probably a short stream because I should be at bed like around 10 or maybe 11 or 12. And then it's just a solo frame of like MILF staring back at him. This is like a Weird Al moment. What was that song? Stuck on like a drive-thru or something. Your stream lagged out so many times. I saw a lot of life insurance ad when the stream rebooted. Yeah, it was kind of lagging out. I wonder if it was like it was because of Discord, Twitch, or just my drawing software. Like I couldn't figure it out because there's like a lot of factors. But it may be probably because of the animation. Because the animation was like what, 5 seconds long. Now let's make it more like Japanese. Here's the thing I noticed. If it's a Western comic, it's horizontal. But if it's Japanese, it's much more vertical when it comes to speech bubbles. I actually needed a speech bubble here also. Wait, I have to take my meds at 8 a.m. I'll catch you later, creatures. Get well soon, bud. Let me just comb my hair. My hair is like flying all over the place, and I'm like using a fan, so that's not good. I'll probably take a bathroom break also. Okay, tie my hair. See you later, Space Commander. I'm just gonna take a bathroom break, and I'll be back real quick. Hello? I'm back now? Only needed a quick bathroom break. I actually do not remember a character design for MILF, so I may try to find one later. Or maybe after this stream. Oh yeah, I also haven't drank any soda lately. And I couldn't buy one at the store because there's like 2 stores nearby. Like it's like next door from our house. But they don't have any sodas available. And that is bumming me out. I mean, this is good for me because I finally get to stop drinking soda for once in a while, but at the same time, it sucks. So it's a good thing that you aren't drinking soda 24/7. Sucks for me, but it's also good for my health, I guess. Is it my liver or my kidneys are going to suffer because of that? Because I couldn't remember. It's probably my liver, I think. Cause the only thing that sucks about like kidneys is that you can get kidney stones, and I heard that's like one of the worst ways to go or to experience. It's the kidneys. They make kidney stones. Really? Because it's usually, from what I remember, what makes up kidney stones are minerals. And one obvious reason would be, or one obvious cause would be like salty foods. But that also makes sense actually, because of sugar. Let me move this a tad bit. Proportions are kind of fucked here. Need to adjust. Oh yeah, the another thing, when I moved upstairs, when finally on my room, it's much more brighter here right now. Because last time, my god, it was so fucking dark, it always makes me so sleepy. And I have to use my lamp 24/7. And now I finally Loki made it retire. the eyes would never look symmetrical ever. Now for another page. We're basically 3 pages done, so I may copy paste this instead for another close up. Well, who knows? Oh, and there's also like uh, a function here also on Clip Studio. When you want to like make an actual manga or a webtoon, webcomic, they actually have a specific file for that file format. Kind of similar to similar to what applies to when creating an animation format. The format is different when it comes to creating a normal and illustration and an animation. There's basically types. There's webtoon, comic, and even like printing a zine. But there's also like you can also like customize and all that stuff. But illustration is probably the most basic file format. File format or settings, I guess. I might use this as reference. Because there's no point to me like to be try hard. Especially when it comes to making comics. Like you're much more better off to like using tools to your convenience instead of like trying to like pull off stunts. My phone's ringing. What the hell? Hmm. Reminds me more of Mario for some reason. Wait, hold up. My hand is getting itchy for some reason. Wonder if it's the dust or something. Oh yeah, are you going to add the share your art and video channel on Discord? Yeah, the share your art. I'll probably add it later, or maybe when I'm like posting something. Video channel. What about wonder about that. If we're going to like share video tutorials or links, something like that. Just looking at it for reference. Oh, I need to make this go down. There we go. I'll probably add tones on like the final stage. Cause I think that's like where the fun begins when it comes to creating comics or manga in general. Adding tones. I mean, it's kind of time consuming, but it seems fun. And this. This would just be zoomed in. Okay, maybe too much. Oh, it might be allergies. Holy shit. Or who knows? It's not that bad yet. Because I also cleaned up this desk and there's a fuck ton of dust on them. And apparently I'm allergic to it. There we go. How many panel? How many pages are we in? One, two. Okay, I need at least like maybe 2 or 3 more. Two or three more pages. Boop boop. My could have been better if I just use the manga format. That's like I can use here on Clipstudio Paint, but nah. Um. Actually, I'm not gonna go in order anymore. So I'm just gonna do this part, the window smashing part. I really shouldn't be all too perfectionist when it comes to drawing the square. I guess I'm gonna erase it anyways. It's like 2 o'clock. I'm getting so distracted, and then I'm also getting sleepy. It's that time of the. It's that time. It's that hour. I might take a break. Who knows? Or I may just try to power through this. Okay. drew that hair long. This page is kinda chaotic, so it might confuse me for a bit. Oh yeah, are you guys watching Hell of a Boss? I think that's one of the recent ones I've been trying to get into. I think that's one of the things that happens when I'm like could not enjoy anime anymore. I know it sounds very stupid to like judge an anime by its looks, but at the same time, it just does a lot. It creates a huge factor to me for some reason. Like for example, Devil is a part timer. I think that's the title. It got a new season after like for so fucking long, like a decade. And then when I saw the new trailer or uh the art or basically how it looks, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not watching this shit. And I know it should be try to like undermine like do it for the story, watch it for the story instead or whatever. But yeah, it at the same time I just cannot find it pleasing to watch. I mean, I also have some sort of like gripes. What's it called? Like, I guess nitpicks. Nitpicks. When it comes to like Boss, for example. I'm like, yeah, there's some moments where the animation gets all janky. I think it's much more evident when it comes to like the other one before Boss. What was it? Let me search. Has Been Hotel. There we go. There was like a scene in Has Been Hotel that I'm just like, okay, that was the animation was like there. And I know it's kind of like it's really a nitpicky thing, but at the same time, I just cannot get into something when I'm like seeing something that isn't pleasing to look at for some reason. Which one of my headphones broke out? Hell of a Boss. It's an animated show. I think it's only on YouTube. I never know why they get to like a studio or whatever to like air that show, but I think they're sticking to YouTube for that one. It's not like one of my favorites, but it's more like current watch. Is the best way to describe it. Currently watching. Oh yeah, I think I also need to like watch the new Minions movie. I actually do not like Despicable Me. It's mid. It's mid at its best. The Minions one, not really. It's whatever. But either way, I'll still watch it because why not? It's one of those things that you'll just see on the TV and you will just let it run and watch it because you've got nothing else to do. KH3, welcome. You're drawing a web manga now? This is just commission work, so not really my main thing. Never watch or have any intention of watching Helluva Boss. Yeah, I can't blame you. It's not for everyone. But it's just one of those things that I watch currently because might as well do something, I guess. And it's like on YouTube, so it's easy to watch. Because it will just pop into my recommendations and I'm like, oh, okay. Guess I'll be watching that now. I think that's also the thing. Probably why I don't watch anime anymore. It's because of accessibility. I mean, there are channels on like YouTube that are like uploading legally on like some animes and such. But it's such a hit or miss. Most animes that they're showing or premiering. And again, I just do not like how new animes are looking. Man, it's hard to draw fight scenes. Finding the right angle to show the punch is hard. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm gonna go to kill by Twitter now. Yeah, I think Helluva Boss is like huge on Twitter and like Tumblr. Basically the fandom. I mean, every time it's like, it's always the action sequences are like hard to draw, right? And that's mainly because it's a still image. That's why it's hard. Like, how the fuck you convey really fast-paced action on like a still images? You can make use of a lot of like action lines like this. But either way, if you really want to make it look like it's fast-paced or whatever, you're gonna be drawing a lot of various angles and shit. Basically a lot of panels indicating the action. Not sure how to do this leg actually. Might just leave it there. How do you draw the action scenes then? I mean, the best way to do it is like, it's kind of low key animating it, like a low key animatic. A lot of like intense like action lines like this one to indicate impact and motion. It makes use of a lot of those. And it also depends on like what your characters are doing. So do you want like to show who's getting who's getting hit, or you want to frame the one doing the action much more? It's really up to you. How do you frame it? It kind of low key uses your composition or demands more of it. So in that way, you the idea of it would translate well to an image. Shouldn't really be drawing this too detailed because I'm gonna add a text here anyways to indicate like the sound of what's going on in this scene. Yeah, this page is so crowded. I'm not sure to actually zoom out or zoom out or something. I wonder if you guys can hear the chicken. The chicken is getting going crazy here for some reason. Man, it's always the neighbors. This is overkill. I'm gonna maybe use a bigger brush. Right? There we go. When artists draw a fight with multiple angles, it looks cool. That's what I like to see on Instagram. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Because you're basically building a sequence with it, low key. But it takes up so much time, so. No, I gotta go now. Oh no. I'll see you later, my dudes. I still have like 2 or 1 pages, or page, like to do after this. Just a panel or panels that basically indicates that this character is throwing this character. Yeah, that chicken going off. My mic is picking it up. I had no idea why it's so easy for like the noise to get in this room. So it always surprises me. Like for example, my neighbors are throwing off like some sort of water or something. I can dead ass hear it. Sheesh. I mean, this scene would probably look better with the tones. Because right now everything it looks like it's so chaotic. This page is almost done. I might animate actually later. Who knows? Because this is kind of low key taking quicker than I expected to be. The power of caffeine. But actually, it doesn't make me draw faster. The eyes are not. I also need to like add some action lines here. Actually, they just let me use a tool for it. I don't want to like. I don't want to manually draw this because that would be insane. Actually, let me try out a different one. This looks way too crowded. Okay, this is what I actually want to transform, but okay. Oh, why is it always pointing there? See, you don't need to manually draw this. Oop, that's the wrong one. Let me put this in a folder actually, so it doesn't get all disorganized. I probably need to add also on the inside, but let's do that later. Let's add the text. I need a white something here. I need something thicker. Or not. What is this pen pressure? Wonder how to add that. Actually, new layer. Okay, I guess this panel is done. And actually, I think I missed something. I guess this is considered finished. We just draw the gloves and all that goodness. Let me actually make this thicker. Or maybe I could just erase it. I was AFK and missed what you said about this panel. Is it just for fun? This whole comic is like a commission work, so oh, I think it's not in the correct sequence. There we go. Hey. Now I need to make like panels. Maybe that is before this panel, so it doesn't come off as something too sudden. But I still need to like think for that panel, because I did not. I mean, I have a rough sketch of this, but of course I didn't follow it all for the most part. And then she throws him here. Let me roughly sketch it. Wrong button. This looks fun though. Yeah, it is. At least you didn't put like other cookies. Yeah, they just put random ass text. I mean, I get it. It's for the sound. But bro, I just rather put the like what the description of it. Because if I try to like do what other mangakas are doing, I mean, if it's in Japanese, it would look much more cooler. But if it's in English alphabet, it just looks so boring. Like using kanji or hiragana or something looks much more better for some reason. Like imagine JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but with the English alphabet. Do you think the effects would be the same? Of course not. The Japanese one looks much more cooler. But now I'm forced to do this because I do not know any sort of Japanese letters. I don't know kanji and like hiragana. I think kanji is much more harder, I think, if I remember it correctly. Cause kanji low-key look like Chinese characters. Oh yeah, it's Chinese characters. Hiragana is much more easier, I think, compared to kanji. Because if I like try to imitate the sounds, it would just be a letter K. I would be just spamming K. Because that's like one of the common like letter, I guess, to produce that sort of sound. But now I would just rather put the word in. So in this panel, she's basically grabbing him. This is this is the trope art. I probably would put more letterings here. And probably add the lettering here. I'll do those later. Yeah, English letters don't give the same effect. The symbols always look better for manga. Yeah. Like, the kanji and those hiragana just looks way better. I mean, I guess for like dialogue, okay. Or actually just the characters going on or something. That's okay. But when it comes to crashing sounds and like basically any sort of I guess the vast majority of sounds, I guess, just looks way better in Japanese for some reason. It just looks much more cooler. And probably it's because of also calligraphy, because some mangakas actually are the ones that are actually responsible for the, like, lettering and stuff. And they can kind of sort of make use of it or incorporate it to the scene. I mean, I can try to put like a kanji or hiragana there, but I don't want to be too pretentious. Because I tried studying kanji and like hiragana, and so and I keep getting confused because okay, you have two writing system. Because I got cuz I also like try to like study Korean, and the Korean is much more simpler compared to those. Even in comparison to like the English alphabet, Korean is much more simpler. And going into like Japanese hiragana and kanji, it's just like, how do you manage with two systems? How do you manage with two writing systems? How? Because even in my native language, we just use the fucking alphabet. Just one writing system basically. I mean, we used to have our own, but again, we got colonized and shit. I should really do this one first. So she grabs him. I mean, it could have been better if I like draw the whole thing, because some mangaka do that shit. They draw the whole body, despite it's not gonna be visible. They only use it for reference. But do I really need to do it? and then you erase it. It sounds like agony, honestly. Yeah, especially kanji is like complicated, right? Like the difference is huge between kanji and hiragana. Especially when it comes to like learning math. Like holy shit. We don't even we don't even study math in our native language. They don't teach math in our native language. They usually teach it in English. Most of our subjects are. They teach it in English. And seeing, overseas that they use their native language is just so fascinating to me because I find it much more harder to use the native language when it comes to these topics or these subjects. Ooh, I smell something. Smells like someone's frying something. Reminds me of fries. Using another language to teach concepts, that's the most ghetto shit I've ever heard. What do you feel about drawing manga, by the way? Is it fun? I mean, I still feel mixed about it. Like thinking out how to position or panel or lay out the panels in order to to tell the story, right? Still sounds like agonizing to me because I need to think about it. But at the same time, it's just probably because of my perfectionism kind of like getting triggered for some reason. I am by no means a perfectionist, especially even to my illustrations. But for some reason, it just gets so triggered and sensitive when it comes to telling stories for some reason. That's why I still have mixed feelings about it. There's some parts of it I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun, and then I'll be reminded again of, oh shit, how the fuck do I frame this? But it's just probably me not being used to it most of the time. Like if you're not used to something, you're often much more like prone to mistakes, basically. And it takes a while to like get the hang of it and actually uh, produce some sort of comfort to it. Well, who knows? Maybe my perspective about it will change. Oh, actually, it's not all the way through, isn't it? I keep forgetting about her design. This is why I need references of her. But I'll just edit that out on like the line art stage instead, so we can have a continuous process over here. But so far, I think we only need the last panel after this, and this is basically done. I actually kind of want her to be like, her face is kind of covered here. Kind of want it to be that sort of panel. It basically has no eyes, which you typically see on like comics or webtoons. But yeah, back then I was really interested in like becoming some sort of mangaka back then, or webcomic artist. Back when I was like a teenager or something, especially when I discovered like other mangakas back then. But I can't remember why I got like so discouraged to the point that I'm like didn't try it out anymore. Couldn't remember. I'm gonna make it smaller. Then put this on the folder. A lot of people say they're struggling between picking mangaka or animator. Both seem really similar yet different. I think they both kind of require similar skills. Yeah, they basically need you to tell a story, and then I think that's basically it. That's the very basic or the very essence of it. You need to tell the story by visualizing it in a way of visual, in a visual manner. That's why they get all confused too. Which one do they pick? Do they animate or do they just uh, make a comic about it? And that's pretty understandable. But either way, you still you still need to draw. You still need to have. I mean, actually, in webtoon, you can kind of thrive, even if you have like, even if you're not that very good at art, I guess. I think the best thing is to just develop basic drawing skills to the point that you can do both. That too. But it's really up to them to whether or not which one they pick. I'm just fine with like me being able to draw. But yeah, those are the two things most of the time they need to consider: the ability to draw and the ability to tell a story. And of course, there. I mean, is it possible to animate something without the story? Because either way, you're still telling something. You're still telling something's happening just by movement. It doesn't have to be an actual story. But yeah, being able to do both is also a plus. And also really nice. But most of the time, people would just end up being like trying to do comics. Because again, animation is just not that easy to get into. Compared to like making comics. I think my brush size is too big. Some animators say that they are garbage at drawing. I never understand. I remember Yen Yen saying he can actually draw. I mean, it's actually possible to not know a single shit about drawing and still being able to animate, because at the end of the day, animation is all about movement. Aesthetics can really something that you can be concerned about later on down the road, honestly. Like, for example, stick figures. Like, I don't think you need any sort of drawing knowledge to, like, draw a stick figure. Oh, I need to make some line strikes over here. But I have no fucking clue how to use it. Yeah, I have no fucking clue to use it. Well, let me see what other tools I have here. Oh, it's in white. No wonder I cannot see shit. Okay, now that makes much more sense. Hmm. That's the thing I want, though. I think this is much more better. I low-key don't want to erase it, so I just added a new layer where I can put like this white right there. And 5,000, welcome. What's the manga about? Uh, just a character throwing someone's OC to the window. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me just use this. Actually, the new layer. Now what I'm doing here is like here on the line property. This is just basically enabling me to have like produce this type of outlines, as you can see, automatically. I also use this on my effects. So in that way, I don't have to like repaint or something, underpainting or whatever. And I can just do it automatically. Man, that chicken is popping off. I don't need to like completely draw in the background here. I'm just gonna cover it with like tones or whatever. Hey, it's almost finished. Last page. This might take a while. I'm trying to figure out how to like pose the character in position and all that, how to lay it out. And this is natural. This is why you have like a sort of rough draft at first instead of completely jumping in to the whole thing. I'm gonna let myself be distracted for a bit. So hopefully I can like finally get back into it. I'm just gonna scroll through Pinterest. I don't know, to distract me or something. I actually don't mind getting distracted. Because I think it kind of helps. Kind of helps me relax a bit. So in that way, I don't have to be like super focused and all that stuff. Anyways, let's get back into it. Her boobs are inaccurate, but that's okay. There's no need to be accurate. How is that chicken still like clocking? Holy shit. It's still going. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Put this higher. I don't think I have the font for like the manga thingy. The exact font. I wonder if I do. I couldn't remember what it was though. Cause there's so fucking many. Oh, I saved it. Let's go. Thank God I saved that. I saved it as a tool so I wouldn't be lost. Because I don't memorize font names. I don't think anyone will. Which leg was it? I want her to look at the camera, which is might take me a few tries to do it. Oh, never mind. This looks okay. Never, never really get it on the first try. Let me actually transform this. Now for the text. Thought it was MC. Let me make this bigger actually. Then white. Only adding up some few additional like finishing touches. But this is pretty much done. I'm not sure if I should add an exclamation point or something. Yeah, this is pretty much it. First one, second one, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. Let me actually put this lower. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is basically done. Well, as a sketch. We're still not done with the line art and like putting in like the tones and all that to finalize the whole thing. But these are the results. No. Came out nice, thanks. This would look better if there's like tones and like I do some cleanup with the lines. So basically line art. But this is what we get for now. And I'll be ending the stream there now. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I usually stream around 3 hours, don't I? But that's it for today. Well, for now, at least. I may do the line art later, or may do some in-betweens to the last animation later. But who knows? But that's it for all today. Or for now. And I have to stream end the stream oh god, I'm stuttering. And I'll be ending the stream for now, guys. And thank you so much for joining me on creating this comic, this little short comic or manga. Anyways, guys, that's it. Bye bye, and see you all next time. Peace.